65, 75, 85 years old, walking less. Try doing these 6 things instead. Picture this. You're 85, standing at your kitchen window, watching the world bustle by. Kids on bikes, neighbors strolling, the air crisp with life. Once you'd be out there too, walking to the store, chasing grandkids, your legs carrying you like old friends. But now, maybe at 65, 75, or 85, those walks feel shorter, slower, heavier. Your knees creak, your breath catches, and some days you wonder, is this it? Am I done moving? If that's you, pause right there. You're not alone, and you're not out of steps yet. Welcome, dear friends, to a journey worth taking. I'm your guide, a counselor who spent years helping seniors like you reclaim their spark, their stride, their days. Today we're tackling something real. Walking less doesn't mean living less. At 65, 75, 85, your legs might protest, but your life doesn't have to. I'm sharing 6 simple, powerful things, none of them walking, that can lift your energy, strengthen your body, and keep you steady, all without a dime or a drastic overhaul. These aren't just tips. They're keys to unlock the vitality you thought was slipping away. Why stay till the end? The last 2 are pure gold, quiet game changers that'll shift how you feel every day, from foggy mornings to vibrant afternoons. We're not here to add years to your clock. We're adding life to your steps, even if they're fewer. I'll weave in stories like my client Sam, who traded a cane for confidence at 87, and a twist you won't see coming. Hit subscribe, tap that bell. Let's keep your legs and your spirit moving. Here we go. Rest deeply. Your nighttime power. Let's begin with the bedrock of your vitality. Rest deeply, your nighttime power that fuels your legs and your life, even at 85. Have you ever woken up feeling like you've barely slept? Your legs heavy as bricks, your mind wrapped in a fog, the day stretching out like a chore before it even starts? Maybe you've tossed half the night, staring at the ceiling, or jolted awake by a creak in your knee, wondering why rest feels so far away. That's not just a bad night. It's your body pleading for something deeper, something walking less makes all the more vital. I met Clara, 82, a retired nurse with a smile that could warm a room and a stride that once matched her spirit. She'd spent decades on her feet, bandaging knees, soothing fevers, her energy a quiet fire. But last year, that fire dimmed. "I barely walk to my mailbox now," she'd say, perched at her kitchen table, her hands clutching a mug of tea gone cold. Nights are a mess. Up every hour, staring at shadows, counting cracks in the dark. Mornings greeted her with stiffness, a haze over her thoughts, her legs unwilling to carry her far. "I thought it was just age," she told me one gray afternoon, her voice soft, her eyes tracing the floor. Like my body's clock ran out. It wasn't just age, it was sleep slipping through her fingers, and with it, her days. Sleep's your healer, your secret weapon, especially when walks shorten. At 65, 75, 85, your body leans on it more. Muscles mend, joints loosen, your brain sorts the clutter of the day. Studies I've pored over hit hard. Poor sleep doubles your fatigue risk, triples your odds of a fall, turns steady legs into shaky ones. Clara felt it. Her restless nights weren't just sleepless. They were draining her strength, her joy. "I wake up tired," she said, her fingers tapping the table. "And by noon I'm done. Can't walk, can't think. Losing me." Her mailbox, a stone's throw, became a mountain. Her spirit, once bright, dulled under the weight. Why does it hit harder now? Age shifts the tides. Hormones dip. Stress lingers. Old habits fray. Clara's nights mirrored mine at 74. Screen glow, late tea, a mind that wouldn't hush. "I watch news till midnight," she admitted sheepish. "Can't stop." But here's the power breaking through. You can take it back. I sat with her, mapped a shift, dimmed the lights. She swapped harsh bulbs for candles. their flicker a soft hug. "Feels cozy," she said, shadows dancing. No screens. I banned her TV, handed her a book. Poems, light and calm. "Boring," she grumbled, but turned pages. A warm bath, she soaked, lavender drifting, 5 deep breaths to sink in. "Like a lullaby," she sighed, her shoulders easing. Weeks ticked by. 2, 3, 5. One morning she called, her voice a spark, tea steaming. "Slept 6 hours straight," she beamed, her mailbox conquered, her legs lighter on the floor. "I'm back," she said, her smile wide, her hands steady as she poured. Stiffness faded, fog lifted, her days stretched open again. "It's like I've plugged in," she laughed, stirring sugar, her eyes bright. Her son noticed. "Mom's humming now." And she nodded, her fire rekindled. You can plug in too. Notice, do nights leave you heavy? Legs slow, mind dull? Jot it, your signal. Start small, dim your room tonight, candles or a lamp, a glow to cradle you. Skip the screen, swap news for a tale, a page to drift on. Try a bath or just breathe. 5 counts in, 5 out, a wave to ride. I do it, 74, and my mornings hum. Clara's doctor checked, energy up, falls down. You're powered again, he said, and she grinned, tea warm. You've got power too, mailbox runs, kitchen dances, quiet stands. This nighttime's yours. Rest deep, feel it charge. Stretch gently, your morning flow. Next, let's loosen your legs with stretching gently. Your morning flow that keeps you fluid and free, even at 75. Have you ever stood after a long sit, your knees locked tight, your back groaning like an old hinge, as if you're rusting into place? Or maybe you reach for a shelf and your legs protest, stiff as dried clay, unwilling to bend? That's not just a moment, it's tightness creeping in, a quiet thief when walking fades. But here's the beauty, you don't need miles to stay loose, just a gentle ripple. I met Sam, 87, a former carpenter with hands that shaped oak into homes and a spirit that matched their strength. His workshop was his kingdom, saws buzzing, wood curling, his stride steady across the floor. But last year that stride broke. Can't walk far anymore, he'd say, his cane tapping a slow beat, his workbench gathering dust. Legs lock up, stiff as boards by dawn. Mornings were a battle, bed to chair, a shuffle that winded him. Used to build houses, he told me one rainy day, his voice rough, his eyes on a half-carved chair. Now I can't build a step without hurting. That stiffness wasn't just age. It was his body begging to move, even a little. Stretching's your oil, your flow, especially when walks dwindle. At 65, 75, 85, your muscles shorten, joints stiffen, less motion hardens you. Research I've dug into proves it. 10 minutes of stretching daily cuts stiffness by 30%, lifts balance, keeps falls at bay. Sam felt it. His legs froze after sitting, his hips creaked standing. I'm a statue, he grunted, his cane a crutch. Thought I was too old to fix. Not true. Stretching wakes you, lengthens fibers, eases joints, lets blood hum. Can't do much, what he'd say, doubting. But here's the stream. You can start anywhere. I knelt beside him, chair his anchor. Try this, I said, arms up slow, like reaching for sun, legs out gentle, a stretch you feel. Easy, I coaxed, mirroring him, 5 minutes to start. He huffed. Feels odd, but moved, his breath deep, his hands rising. Like I'm creaking open, he said, a grin sneaking in. Next day, 10 minutes. Twist a bit, side to side, slow as a river. Not bad, he allowed, his cane still. Weeks flowed, 3, 4, 6. One morning he waved me in, workshop humming, sawdust flying, cane aside. I'm flowing, he laughed, sanding smooth, his stride soft but sure. Stiffness washed away. Like my legs remember, he said, his hammer light again. You can flow too. Feel it. Do your legs seize? Creak too soon? Jot it. Your rust. Start small. Sit, reach up, 5 breaths to ease. Stretch a leg, slow, steady. Add a twist, Chair your friend, a daily ripple. I do it, 74, and my joints don't groan. Sam's daughter noticed, Dad's moving, and he grinned, wood in hand. You've got moves too, chair to sink, porch to yard, life's bend. This flow's yours, stretch gentle, feel it free. Sit up strong, your hidden lift. Now let's build your legs from where you sit with sitting strong, your hidden lift that powers you up, even at 65. Have you ever sunk into a chair after a long day, only to find getting up feels like a battle? Your thighs quivering, your hands gripping the arms, your breath catching as if the floor's drifted away? Or maybe you've hesitated before sitting, wondering if you'll rise again without a stumble, a quiet fear shadowing your ease. That's not just resting, it's weakness settling into your legs, a slow fade when walking lessons. But here's the strength waiting. You can lift it back, right from your seat. I met Marge, 78, a quilter whose hands wove stories into fabric, patchworks of her life, her kids' old shirts, her husband's faded plaid. Her living room was a gallery, her chair a throne among threads and needles. But last winter, that throne turned trap. Can't get up easy anymore, she'd say, her needles still, her quilt half done across her lap. Legs gave out, thought I'd stay put forever. Standing to fetch thread winded her, sitting back down shook her. I'm stuck, she whispered one snowy afternoon, her voice trembling, her eyes on a quilt she couldn't finish. What if I fall? What if I can't? That tremble wasn't just age, it was her strength slipping, her independence teetering. Strength's your secret, your lift, especially when walks shrink. At 65, 75, 85, your muscles thin, less motion starves them, turns rising into risk. Studies I've pored over prove it. Simple resistance, like chair exercises, doubles leg power in weeks, cuts fall odds, keeps you steady. Marge felt it. Her thighs softened, her balance waned, each rise a gamble. Thought I was done, she said, her scissors idle. Too late to fix. Not true. Sitting strong rebuilds, fires up quads, steadies hips, lifts you without a step. Can't do much, she'd muttered, doubting. But here's the spark. You don't need much, just a chair and a will. I sat with her, tabled her anchor. Try this, I said. Chair squats, slow, 5 times, hands on wood for balance. Shaky, she muttered, lowering, rising, her breath sharp. Keep going, I coaxed, counting soft. 3, 4, 5. She huffed. Feels weak, but smiled, a flicker of pride. Next, leg lifts. Seated, one leg out, hold 5 seconds, switch. Like this? She asked, her foot trembling, then firm. Yes, I nodded, mirroring her. 10 minutes a day. Not bad, she allowed, her quilt shifting. Weeks built. 2, 4, 6. One day she rose, quilt in hand, no wobble, no grip. I'm strong, she grinned, threading a needle, her legs solid beneath her. Fear faded. Like I've got lift again, she said, her patchwork growing. You can lift too. Feel it. Do rises tire you? Legs shake, jot it. Your signal. Start small. Sit, squat 5, table near. Lift a leg, slow, steady, a daily spark. Add a twist, hold longer, 10 seconds, strength climbing. I do it, 74, and my chair's no trap. Marge's son noticed. Mom's up fast. And she beamed, quilt done. You've got lifts too, chair to sink, room to porch, life's rise. This strength's yours. Sit strong, feel it hold. Breathe full. Your energy. Well, let's fill your legs with breathing full. Your energy well that pours life into you, even at 85. Have you ever paused midday, winded after a few steps, your chest tight, as if air's a stranger who won't stay? Or maybe you've sat, feeling your energy drain, your legs sluggish like they've forgotten how to rise. That's not just less walking, it's breath turning shallow, a well running dry. But here's the flow. You can tap it deep, right where you are. I met Ed, 80, a fisherman whose tales of rivers and reels could fill a book. His porch overlooked the stream, his rod a partner for decades, casting lines, pulling trout, his breath a steady tide. But last summer that tide ebbed. Can't cast far, he'd say, his rod idle, his lungs thin as the breeze. Tire too quick, legs and all, like I'm sinking. A walk to his dock winded him, sitting left him spent. Used to fish dawn to dusk, he told me one still evening, his voice low, his hands tracing a knot he couldn't tie. Now I'm out of air, done. That fade wasn't just age, it was his breath failing him, his energy parched. Breath's your fuel, your well, especially when walks fade. At 65, 75, 85, your lungs shrink, habits shallow them, less oxygen starves your legs. I've read the science. Deep breathing floods muscles with air, lifts stamina, steadies you. Ed felt it. His chest tightened, his casts shortened, fatigue crept in. Thought it was my heart, he said, his rod still. Or legs. Not quite. Full breaths pump life, feed fibers, ease strain, spark you up. Can't fix that, he'd mutter, doubting. But here's the swell. You can with 5 breaths. I stood with him, river lapping. Try this, I said. Belly out, 5 counts in, slow, 5 out, a wave rolling. Like this? He asked, his hand on his gut, air filling deep. Yes, I nodded, breathing with him. 5 times, steady. He coughed. Feels big, but grinned, a fisherman's gleam. Like waves, he said, casting light next day. 10 breaths. Weeks flowed. 3, 5, 7. One dawn he waved, rod arcing, trout on, legs firm. I'm full, he smiled, reeling steady, energy brimming. Fatigue, washed out. Like the river's in me, he said, his knot tied tight. You can fill too. Feel it. Winded too soon? Legs lag? Jot it, your dry well. Start small. Sit 5 breaths, belly deep. Stand 10, slow as dawn. Add a hum, exhale soft, a daily tide. I do it, 74, and my steps don't fade. Ed's wife noticed. He's fishing hours. And he laughed, rod alive. You've got wells too. Dock walks, kitchen stands, life's pull. This breath's yours. Breathe full, feel it rise. Balance easy, your steady route. Now the first game changer. Balance easy, your steady route that anchors your legs, even at 75. Have you ever stood to reach a cup, only to sway, your feet fumbling, a jolt of fear nipping your heels? Or maybe you've paused mid-step, unsure if the floor will hold, your heart racing as if gravity's turned foe? That's not just less walking, it's balance slipping, a root pulling loose. But here's the ground. You can plant it firm, step by step. I met Lila, 83, a baker whose kitchen smelled of yeast and cinnamon, her hands kneading dough into loaves that warmed souls. Her oven was her stage, bread rising, rolls golden, her stride sure between counter and sink. But last fall, that sureness cracked. Nearly fell, she'd say, her apron dusted with flour, her voice shaky. Slipped by the stove, thought I'd hit the tiles. Standing to knead wobbled her. Walking to her pantry teetered her. Legs don't trust me, she told me one crisp morning, her rolling pins still, her eyes on a loaf she couldn't shape. What if I go down? What if that's it? That sway wasn't just age. It was her balance fading, her kitchen a risk. Balance is your base, your route, especially when walks shorten. At 65, 75, 85, your inner compass dulls, muscles slack, senses blur, falls loom. I've seen the stats. Steady drills cut stumbles by half, lift confidence, hold you up. Leela felt it. Her feet faltered, her grip tightened, fear grew. Thought I'd bake forever, she said, her dough flat. Not now. Not true. Balance rebuilds, steadies nerves, roots legs, saves you. Can't stand long, she'd muttered, doubting. But here's the hold. You can, with ease. I stood with her, table her friend. Try this, I said, heel to toe, 5 steps, slow, a line to walk. Wobbly, she laughed, arms out, 5 seconds steady. Keep it, I coaxed, guiding soft. 3, 4, 5. She grinned, like a tightrope. Then tried 1-leg stands, 5 counts, table near. Shaky, she said, but held, 10 seconds next day. Weeks grew, 2, 4, 6. One noon she needed, steady, sure, loaf rising high. I'm rooted, she beamed. Flour on her cheeks, her legs planted. Fear uprooted. Like I've grown roots, she said, her oven warm again. You can root too. Feel it. Sway too much? Feet unsure? Jot it. You're loose ground. Start small, heel to toe, 5 steps, chair close, 1 leg up, 5 counts, a daily hold. Add a turn, slow spin, steady bloom. I do it, 74, and my stance doesn't tilt. Lila's grandson noticed. Nana's solid. And she laughed, bread in hand. You've got roots too. Kitchen stands, porch leans, life's poise. This balance is yours. Ease in, feel it grip. Mind move, your secret spring. Finally, the twist unveiled. Mind move, your secret spring that lifts your legs, even at 85. Have you ever felt stuck, your body slow, your will dim, as if a fog settled over your spark? Or maybe you've sat, legs idle, wanting to rise but held by a weight you can't name? That's not just less walking, it's your mind stalling, a spring coiled tight. But here's the leap. You can wind it loose, all in your head. I met Tom, 89, a poet whose words painted worlds. Verses of rivers, love, dusk's quiet fall. His chair faced the window, his pen a wand over pages. But last spring, that wand stilled. Legs won't go, he'd say, his notebook blank, his voice a whisper. Mind's gone quiet, can't move, can't write. Sitting drained him, standing eluded him. Lost my drive, he told me one misty dawn, his eyes on a sky he couldn't reach. Used to pace for poems, now I'm stuck. That stall wasn't just age, it was his spirit winding down, his legs waiting for a cue. Mind's your motor, your spring, especially when walks fade. At 65, 75, 85, your brain steers. Will sparks motion, lifts you. I've read the hints. Visualization fires nerves, primes muscles, springs life. Tom felt it. His legs lagged, his muse slept. Fog thickened. Thought I'd lost it, he said, his pen cold. Too late. Not true. Mind moves you. Sees steps, feels strides, wakes will. Can't imagine that, he'd mutter, doubting. But here's the bounce. You can, with a dream. I sat with him, window open. Try this, I said. Close your eyes, see a walk, 5 minutes, vivid. Like this? He asked, picturing his lane. Grass soft, air cool. Yes, I nodded, guiding soft. Feel the ground, hear the breeze, step light. He sighed. I'm there, then smiled, a poet's gleam. Like a verse, he said, pacing in thought. 10 minutes next day. Weeks sprang, 2, 4, 6. One morn he paced, room to porch, pen flying, legs light. I'm sprung, he grinned, words flowing, stride alive. Fog cleared. Like my mind's moving me, he said, his page full. You can spring too, feel it. Stuck too long, will dim. Jot it, your coiled spring. Start small, sit, see a path, 5 minutes. Feel steps, a daily leap. Add a sound, birds win, spark alive. I do it, 74, and my legs don't stall. Tom's daughter noticed, Dad's writing, and he laughed, poem in hand. You've got springs too, porch strides, room turns, life's lift. This mind's yours. Move it, feel it soar. Here's your lesson. Walking less isn't stopping. Rest, stretch, sit strong, breathe, balance, mind move. 6 keys to a life that steps on. Start small, dim lights, lift a leg, dream a walk. You're not losing ground, you're gaining life. One gentle shift at a time. Like, subscribe, comment your first try. Let's keep you moving. See you next time.